People, I apologize that I have not been reviewing anything lately, but it's just, I've been just off doing other things, and it takes a minute to edit these videos and things, so I'm sorry, but today we're going to get my review of Dino Charge started. Okay, Dino Charge to me was an alright season. I give it a 7, not a 7. I actually give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought the first season of Down Charge was very good. The story we had with Tyler finding his dad, how it was well written and how they just kept on leading it on to the end of the first season was pretty good, actually. I actually enjoyed Riley being the smart guy, being the one to work with Kendall with the weapons. Kendall, she was actually a pretty entertaining character at times because she had some wacky inventions and she always found new ways to fight the villains. Shelby, I like her. She is one of those characters that changed her destiny, that chose to be a Power Ranger, that chose to be, what do you call, do you call them archaeologists? No, that wants to be a paleontologist and studies dinosaurs. So, Shelby, she was, a good character. I mean, I enjoy Shelby. Ivan and Coda. Two of my favorite characters. Coda because he's just so, what's the word? His charm is just so affectionate as a character, man. I mean, his charm is just so affectionate. I mean, the guy, you actually feel kind of sorry for Coda because he really has that nomadic mind and he really doesn't understand the 21st century. Much like Ivan, at times you just feel sorry for these two because they were born in different times and don't really understand the function of the new world. So those two, I really did enjoy them. Ivan especially, man. I liked how he was a knight, all brave and all chivalrous. Like, I enjoy that, man. Knights are just some of the coolest things to me. They are just something I always wanted to be as a kid, a knight. Chivalrous, respectful, and always fighting for what is right. I mean, some knights didn't fight for what was right. I mean, when you think about it, knights actually had wars and killed people for some of the wrong reasons at times. But hold on, I'm getting off the topic. Ivan, I enjoyed, actually, one of my favorite characters in this series besides Tyler. Tyler, I just like him because he's adventurous, he's very charismatic, and he's always just keeping his head up, even when times are looking bad, and he's really determined to find his dad and all, and Tyler was just my favorite character. One of my favorite Red Rangers of all time is Tyler, because I really enjoyed the guy's whole character, him going after his dad, and just how adventurous he was and how open-minded he was. It was just awesome to me. Now, Chase, he was the pretty boy, the sleek, laid back, the ladies' man of the group. And I could say Chase was actually okay, if I hadn't really just seen that character 2 years ago with Mike. So, no, actually, what am I saying, dude? That's actually 4 years ago with Mike. I'm sorry, I mean, this 2 seasons a year thing has really kind of got me off track. This whole Nickelodeon schedule, they have 2 seasons for 2 years. It really gets me off track, so sorry. But Chase, I mean, I thought the character was decent. I mean, he could be entertaining at times and have some funny moments. But, we've already kind of seen that with Mike, that sleek, laid-back pretty boy who's this ladies' man. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I just look at this guy and thought about Mike. But, pretty much my review of the 6 main Rangers. Actually, 7 because I included Kendall. I mean, I didn't really say much about Coda, but back to Coda. Coda's just that, that brave-hearted, charming caveman. I mean, he was just entertaining at times to me, and he really just made you kind of sympathize with him, how nomadic he was in society, in the new society he lived in. So, Coda, I mean, yeah, man, Coda was pretty fun. He was just a pretty fun character, man. he just, yeah, that's about all I have to say about Coda. Not a keeper. Keeper, I mean, what? There's not a lot I can say about Keeper. All I can say he is the best mentor of the Neo Saban era. The mentors we've had before have been horrible. Master G, Master G is just one of the most crooked, one of the most mean mentors, mean-hearted mentors I've just ever seen, you know. And then Gosei was just useless, so not really much to say about him. But Keeper, I mean, he came in when he was needed. You know, he was the mentor. He kept the team's head up in bad times, so I could say that about him. I mean, he's the protector of the Inner Gems. That's about it. But I don't know much about Keeper's backstory, in my opinion. All I know is that he has an apprentice, and his apprentice was fighting Lord Arcanon. That's about it. And you know, that's about it. I mean, now I'm just gonna talk about the side rangers. Well, Tyler's dad. I mean, he's Tyler's dad. I mean, that was hiding so many years of his family because he feared they would get hurt by Fury. So, you know, that's about it. I mean, after Tyler discovers his dad, I mean, there's not really much to say. I mean, they don't really do much with Tyler's dad. Tyler's dad just shows up. I've been gone for so many years. Let's try and rekindle that relationship we lost. That's about it. And then I'm going to talk about Prince Philip, who's a guy that I really do like. Prince Philip's determination is admirable because this guy was determined to be a Power Ranger. He did everything he could to help the team. He didn't want to be that stuck-up prince that just sits on his behind while everybody else does the work. He wanted to go out there and help people. So I respect that about Prince Philip. That's just very admirable of him, of how he just wanted to join the fight and help the Rangers. And I do like when he shows up in that episode to help Ivan. I forgot what that episode was. I think Ivan had messed up a rich person's something about a rich. He messed up a rich person's something, and the museum had to pay that rich person back that money, or he was going to try and shut them down. But you know, I pretty much can say I enjoyed Prince Philip. I mean, I felt like they didn't do much with him either after he became a Ranger. I mean, they did a little bit, I could say that. And then we're going to get on to Wing. I mean, Wing is pretty much like Keeper because of how wise and witty he was. I mean, he shows up on Earth after his alter ego arrives, and him and Darkwing have a fight, and it's pretty much evil versus good, and Wing wins, and Wing is pretty much true after that. I like his storyline of going to fight Arcanon and trying to stop him from using the Dark Energy and stuff. I mean, I thought it was okay. But pretty much, he was pretty much like Keeper to me. He was wise and witty. I mean, I kind of wish that they would have made Heckle the Silver Ranger, because Heckle had that great storyline of him being the last survivor on his planet, and he had that storyline of him truly fighting with the Dark Energy and how the Dark Energy messed up his whole entire life and how he was going to fix it by destroying the Dark Energy with the Rangers. So the fact that Heckle didn't become a Ranger, it bothers me. And I believe, like Mr. Weenie, that when Ryan Carter found out he wasn't going to be a Power Ranger, he just kind of was, he was down and he really wasn't into the role towards the end. I feel like it affected his performance of the character. I mean, when he was talking about his planet being destroyed, I didn't really feel that drama, that sadness in his voice. He just said it without any emotion whatsoever. So, you know, I say to myself, why didn't they just make Heckle the Silver Ranger? What do we need two keepers for? We already had Keeper there. I mean, what do we... I don't know. Why we... Cena Wing to me was just Keeper in a Power Ranger suit, basically. I mean, pretty much. Cena Wing wasn't all that fascinating of a character to me. I've seen the same storyline with Trent. Don't you guys remember that storyline of Trent fighting his evil side? In which Trent prevailed over his evil side in the end? I've seen that before in Dino Thunder, and it was done better there, in my opinion. So, when I saw it again in Dino Charge, I was like, it's okay. I mean, I've seen it before, so it wasn't all that exciting. Alright, we're moving on to the villain. Sledge. Oh, Sledge is just one of my favorites. He to me was just, he was very uptight about things. Sledge did not play the BS. He was the type to play no games. I mean, at times, he would, get all cute and cuddly with poor Sandra, but when he wasn't doing that, he was not playing with him. He was very on to everybody around him. I mean, Sledge to me, his downfall as a villain was just, I felt like he was kind of idiotic in a way, and that he really didn't have a plan of what to do with the Inner Gems after he got them. He just wanted to get the Inner Gems for Lord Arcanon. That's okay, I mean, we find out what he does in the end, but Sledge didn't have that plan in the first place. I felt like Sledge really didn't have a long-term plan at all. He wanted the Inner Gems, but really didn't know what he wanted to do after he got them. But, that doesn't hurt him as a villain or anything. I'm just, speaking my mind right now about Sledge. But Sledge to me was actually a good villain. And I felt like Sledge's character was hurt in Dino Supercharged because I was like, you faked your death. I mean, why did y'all kill Sledge off in the first place then? I mean, what was the point of you guys killing Sledge off? What was the point of killing Sledge off? I mean, you just had him fake his death. What was the point of him doing that? I mean, telling everybody about his master plan at the end probably would have helped his team better. It probably would have been better if Sledge told them about his master plan in the first place, so their plan would have been executed better in the end. What was the point of really Sledge hiding? I mean, what was the point? What was the point? I mean, I didn't really understand. I didn't, but that's a complaint for another time. Lord Arcanon, what can I say? The guy, he seemed like he was big, bad, strong, and wicked, but how easily the Rangers beat him, in my opinion. He really wasn't all that strong. The most biggest in him towards the end, but he really wasn't. I mean, he destroyed planets, he heckled, turned them all evil, gave them snide, and pretty much did the same thing to Cena Wing. I mean, that's okay as a villain, but I mean, he didn't really play as big as a part as the other villains did in this series. Now I want to get to my favorite. Fury. Fury was the very furious and very ambitious villain this season. In my opinion, I liked Fury's determination to go after the Inner Gems. How he spent 65 million years going after the Inner Gems for Sledge, who wasn't even there at the time. This guy's determination to get the Inner Gems is just very entertaining, and I feel very sympathetic towards him because he spent 65 million years going after Inner Gems, and he didn't get one successfully. I mean, can we really count the Gold Inner Gem as a success? I mean, he pretty much absorbed Ivan, and he really didn't use the Gold Inner Gem until later. So we really can't say him getting the Gold Inner Gem was a true success, in my opinion. But Fury, to me, in my opinion, was slept on this season. I mean, in my opinion, at times he was the most serious villain. His ambition was very admirable. And just how he was determined, whether he went through hell or high water to get an Inner Gem, puts Fury in a special place in my list of villains in Power Rangers. So, pretty much, that's all I have to say about Fury. Poor Sandra was just that flamboyant, that girly girl, wife of Sledge. That's pretty much all I have to say about poor Sandra. I mean, pretty much. Curio, just a useless waste of space. Let's just be real. Wrench, he was pretty much Finster of this season. That's pretty much all I have to say about him. But um, back to what I was saying. Darkwing to me, just the evil version of Wing. Pretty much that's it. Singe, I mean, I don't. Who the hell was Singe, in my opinion? He was just a guy that came out the middle of nowhere that later claimed to be working with Arcanon. I mean, we really don't know much about the guy. I mean, I could say he was a guy that was pretty much playing games with everybody, that was pretty much tricking everyone. I guess he was going behind everybody's back and pretty much doing things to his own benefit. So that's pretty much all I can say about Singe. But now to the series itself. Season one, I enjoyed the character development. Most of the episodes I enjoyed. The first episode was just breath of air, something. I mean, the first season Down Charge, I enjoyed the character development. I enjoyed the plot development. I mean, I feel like in the beginning of season one in Dino Charge till the middle of season one, they took their time developing the characters and plot. And towards the end of season one of Down Charge, they rushed it with the Rangers getting on Sledge's ship and supposedly defeating him all in one episode. I mean, other than that, I enjoyed season one. Super Dino Charge, you can just call that the filler season. I didn't enjoy all the filler. I feel like they wasted time, in my opinion. I feel like they should have focused more on the plot and characters and Dino Supercharged, but all these filler episodes hurt it. You know what I'm saying? So it felt less special than the first season. I mean, it's decent. It's a 3 out of 5 for me, but the filler at times was unnecessary to me. They didn't need to add those things into Dino Supercharged. They didn't need to add some things in there. They really didn't. You know, so Dino Supercharged was okay, 3 out of 5 for me. Now to the ending. The ending, in my opinion, is the most confusing ending of all time. When they defeat Sledge and his crew, then they launch Sledge's crew into the sun, and Sledge's asteroids never hit Earth, which saves the dinosaurs from extinction. How in the hell does Dino Thunder even exist in Power Rangers canon anymore? How? I mean, the Dino Gems came from that asteroid, so Dino Thunder is pretty much non-existent now. And that's one of my favorite seasons. I am pissed. I am pissed about that. I hope that Chip Lynn explains this and Dino Thunder still exists in some way or fashion, because that's one of my favorite seasons. As you know, I did my review on it a month ago. And I don't really think it affects Mighty Morphin. In my opinion, the Dino gives Mighty Morphin more in the Power Rangers universe. Why? Because now that the dinosaurs are living, Zordon probably, in my opinion, got a more up-and-close experience with him, and him and Ninja probably got even more influence to make the dinosaurs and the Mighty Morphin powers. So, yeah, I mean, but the ending is just a little bit confusing. I mean, oh, they're gonna go back and re-edit in dinosaurs in past seasons? I don't know. Maybe Judlin will give us an answer to these questions we have concerning the universe after Dino Supercharges ending. I feel like I forgot something. How could I forget Albert? Oh yeah, I really do. Well, I did enjoy Albert's character because he was this eccentric, adventurous old man, and I really like how him and Tyler's kind of bounced off of each other and how they connected. I felt like Albert was more of a father figure to Tyler than his own dad. But yeah, I did enjoy Albert, and Albert's one of the first people in the whole entire series to realize that he wasn't fit for being a Power Ranger. And in my opinion, it was very honorable how he gave up the powers to, somebody more fitting in the end, in my opinion. He realized he didn't want to handle the responsibility of being a Power Ranger. He did the smart, good thing. I hate that he didn't appear anywhere else in the series. I mean, he was pretty much in one episode and that was it. One of the most interesting characters. Albert only appeared in one episode. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Dino Charge. May the power protect my subscribers and viewers. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Give me more of a motivation to post these reviews. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I mean, I have a Operation Overdrive fan film project coming soon. I'll talk more about it in the future. But subscribe. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.